Hey there, kindergarten. Welcome back to another episode of Learning with Mr. Frost. Now, before we begin, I can't seem to find my Mickey Mouse doll.
Oh, wow. Sorry about that. See you later.
Okay, bye, Mickey. All right. The story we're going to read today is called 100th Day Worries. So before we begin, I wanted to introduce some vocabulary for you. And here's what I want you to do. Either before or after the story, you are going to match each vocabulary word to the picture. Okay? So let's review some of these words. Worry, collection, announce, display, shoved. So when you worry about something, what does that look like on your face? You can usually see it on someone's face if they're worried. That means that they're not feeling sure or a little scared about something. Okay, a collection. What is a collection? A collection is... Yes, absolutely. A collection is a whole group of things that are yours. You can have a card collection. You can have a rock collection. Announce! I would like to announce that I am Mr. Frost.
And I'm Mickey Mouse.
Well, you don't have to announce that, do you? No. Oh, man. Display. Here, I would like to display my taco hat that I wore last time. Display is when you show something off, or you try and make it look real good. And shoved. Ooh. Do you ever shove things in your pocket or shove things in your backpack? Yeah, I do too. All right. Those are your vocab words. I want you to draw a line to the picture that they go to and enjoy the story. 100th Day Worries by Marjorie Queeler, illustrated by Arthur Howard. Jessica was a worrier. She worried about everything. Oh, man. Do you know someone like that? She worried about losing her first tooth, and remembering her lunch money, and missing the school bus, and getting her math right. Now, I have a connection to that, because when I was a kid, I would miss the bus sometimes, and I worry about my math being right still as an adult. But on the 95th day of first grade, Jessica's teacher gave her something new to worry about. Next Friday will be the 100th day of school, Mr. Martin said. So, I want each of you to bring in a collection of 100 things. They can be anything you want, but they should be small, like rubber bands or marbles. We'll display our collections out in the hall. Immediately, Jessica began to worry. Well, of course. Oh no, she groaned to herself. What will I bring? So I noticed that every little thing Jessica's worried about in the beginning. All weekend long, Jessica thought and thought, but each new idea brought new worries with it. 100 ice cubes? Too melty. 100 marshmallows? Too sticky. 100 toothpicks? Too pointy, like this book. Oh, ow! That Sunday night at dinner, Jessica asked her family for ideas.
How about 100 yo-yos?
Suggested Tom. That's dumb, said Jessica. Where would I get 100 yo-yos? Maybe 100 lipsticks would work, said Laura. Jessica rolled her eyes. Laura might have that many tubes of lipstick, but Jessica sure didn't. We know you'll think of something by said Mom and Dad. You have until Friday. Do you see how I made a little mistake there? Well, that's okay when you're reading to make a mistake, but I noticed it and I went back. On Monday, the 96th day of school, Jessica watched as Bobby gave Mr. Martin 5 bags of peanuts. There are 20 peanuts in each bag, Bobby explained. Great, said Mr. Martin. Why didn't I think of peanuts? Jessica wondered. Look at all those. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. On the 97th day of school, Jessica watched as Sharon piled paper clips into 10 neat stacks on Mr. Martin's desk. 100 paper clips in all, Sharon announced. Wonderful, said Mr. Martin. How does she find so many? Wondered Jessica. Oh boy, I knew when I was in the classroom, people would steal my paper clips all the time. On the 98th day of school, Jessica watched as Ashley brought in 100 peppermints. I ate a few, she admitted, so I really only have 95. She promised to bring in 5 more peppermints the next day. Fantastic, said Mr. Martin. Jessica's stomach felt queasy. Sometimes when you feel worried or upset, your stomach feels a little queasy, you feel a little anxious. That's completely normal. Always talk to an adult about those kinds of feelings. By the time Jessica went to bed on the 99th day of school, she still hadn't thought of anything to bring. On Friday morning, she sat at the breakfast table and stared at her cereal. Well, you can't eat it if you stare at it. Jessica, asked Mom, what's wrong? Today is the last day to bring in 100 things for the 100th day of school, and I still haven't thought of the right thing, she said. I've only come up with stuff that's too melty or too sticky or too pointy. I'll be the only kid without anything to show, and everyone will make fun of me. Jessica began to cry. Don't worry, said Dad. I have an idea. Well, you better get your nose out of that paper, Mr. Dad. He pulled open one of the kitchen drawers. Here are some ribbons, he said, giving Jessica a handful of scraps. Jessica counted 3 red, 2 green, 2 yellow, 2 purple, and 1 striped. Whoa. Wow, that's awesome. That's 10. Mom ran down to the cellar or the basement and brought back a jar. Here are some screws, she said, dumping a pile on the table. Jessica counted 4 big, 4 small, 1 giant, and 1 tiny little screw. Again, that's 10. Here are some rocket-shaped erasers from my collection, said Tom. 4 pink, 3 green, 2 white, and 1 yellow. So he has an eraser collection. Here are some beads from my necklace that broke, said Laura. 3 round, 4 oval, 2 square, and one shaped like a smiling cat.
Oh my gosh.
I'll get some buttons from my shirt drawer, said Dad. He found 5 black, 3 brown, and 2 white. Here's some loose change from my purse, said Mom. 10 pennies and 10 nickels. Oh, man. Whoa. She's really getting a lot of stuff. Here are 10 barrettes I don't need anymore, said Laura. Here are some rocks from Iggy's aquarium, said Tom. 6 brown, 3 green, and 1 sparkly. Look how sparkly. How much stuff do we have so far? Asked Mom. Jessica looked at the stuff on the table. It wasn't 100 of anything, but at least she had something to show. Something was better than nothing. Look at Jessica right now. Has she changed since the beginning of the story? All morning, Jessica thought about the stuff in the bag. She tried to remember the things her family had given her. 10 ribbons, 10 screws, 10 erasers, 10 beads, 10 buttons, 10 pennies, 10 nickels, 10 barrettes, 10 rocks. That came to 90. Whoa. Where could she get 10 more things? Oh no, here came her worries again. Now, even though she's worried, it kind of doesn't look the same. Do you know what I mean? In the beginning of the story, that's how she looked. She looked down. Oh no. But now she has that worried face. At lunch, Jessica found a note in her lunchbox. Sweetie, we'll help you find more stuff this weekend. I'm sure Mr. Martin will understand if your collection is late. Don't worry. Love, Mom. Aw. XXXXXXXXXX. Oh my goodness. Suddenly, Jessica had a great idea. She smiled to herself as she waited for lunch to be over. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh, lad! After story hour, Mr. Martin said it was time to put their 100 things out in the hall to display them. What did you bring, Jessica? He asked. Here are 10 ribbons for my dad, she said. 10? Asked Mr. Martin. And 10 screws for my mom, said Jessica. The other kids came over to look. Now they're interested. And 10 erasers from my brother and 10 beads from my sister, said Jessica. Pretty, said Anita. Ooh. And here are 10 buttons from my father, and 10 pennies and 10 nickels from my mother, and 10 barrettes from my sister, and 10 rocks from my brother's iguana aquarium, said Jessica. Cool, said Leslie. And what's this? Asked Mr. Martin. It's 10 kisses from my mom, said Jessica. See? I brought in 100 things my family gave me, said Jessica. Is that okay? Wow, said Mr. Martin. I've seen a lot of great collections for the 100th day of school. But this one... Jessica swallowed. This one is really special, said Mr. Martin. You've brought in 100 bits of love. Oh, isn't that so cute? All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that story. I hope you really understood the way that Jessica changed throughout the story. And it all comes from asking for help when you need it. And I hope you made some connections. I hope you enjoyed. Adios, do the work that you need to after the video.
Goodbye.
Wow, what a great story and a great message. You know, sometimes all it takes is a little help from someone else. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the story. Now here's one more activity we have. All right, let's take a look. Think and discuss. All you have to do is think about it and then talk with a grown-up at home. What is something that worries you? How can you fix this problem? So something that worries you, and come up with ways that you can fix the problem. And if you can't think, maybe the adult or your parents at home can. They can help you. All right, here are the directions. Draw a picture of you facing a problem. Write about what you are doing in the picture. So, something that worries me is... what could worry a grown-up? Do grown-ups have worries? Absolutely. Something that I worry about is not getting enough sleep at night. So, here's what I'm going to do. At 12 o'clock, sorry about that. At 10 o'clock, this is going to be me. In bed, sleeping, so happy. Now, I want you to make your drawing a little bit better than that and definitely use different colors. Maybe a red bed with my bed head. Oh, I kind of look like an antler there. Okay. Hey, here's what I want you to do. I want you to make it the best that you can and then write about it right here. Squiggity, squiggity, squeak. Squiggity, squiggity, squeak. And this is how I'm facing my problem. Okay? Post the picture in the comments section so everyone can see. All right, kindergarten. Have fun, and thanks for watching another episode of Learning with Mr. Frost.